That FIFA President Sepp Blatter has been questioned, or is currently being questioned by Swiss authorities. Let's go over to our sports news correspondent, Richard Conway. Richard, just fill us in. You're in Zurich.
Yes, I'm standing in the grounds of FIFA's headquarters. In the last few moments, we've had a press release from the Office of the Attorney General of Switzerland, who confirms that criminal proceedings against FIFA President Sepp Blatter have been opened. Now, this is on suspicion of criminal mismanagement, and they say, alternatively, on suspicion of misappropriation. Now, they say it relates to a contract that was signed between Sepp Blatter and the Caribbean Football Union, which was led by Jack Warner, a former FIFA vice president at the time. Now, furthermore, what they say is that Sepp Blatter is suspected of what they call a disloyal payment to Michel Platini, who is, of course, the president of UEFA, the European Football Confederation, and, of course, a front-runner at the moment to take over from Sepp Blatter as president of FIFA in February. What I understand is that the Office of the Attorney General for Switzerland interrogated, as they, in their words, Sepp Blatter today following a meeting of FIFA's executive committee. We were expecting a news conference with Sepp Blatter. Shortly after that, it was then delayed an hour. It was then delayed again, and then we discovered that it was to be cancelled. It's taken some time after that for this statement to arrive from the Swiss Attorney General's office, but now we know why, and it is because Sepp Blatter is being questioned by representatives from the Attorney General's office right now.
Richard, while you're speaking, we are looking at pictures from May when this whole furore seemed to kick off, really. And just take us back to how this particular episode all began with those early morning raids, that luxury hotel.
Yes, back in May, it was the American investigation. This is, of course, a two-pronged investigation. On the one side, we have the American prosecutors looking at potential fraud, racketeering and corruption from football officials. They made their move on May 27th in Zurich, raiding the five-star luxury hotel in the city, arresting a number of football officials. On the same day, we also heard from the Swiss authorities, who said that they had also launched criminal investigations into the circumstances surrounding the bidding for the 2018 and 2022 World Cup. We've seen a number of developments since then. Of course, Sepp Blatter announced in June that he would be standing aside, that he would no longer look to lead FIFA. We've also seen the Secretary General of the organisation, Jerome Valk, just last week be suspended in relation to a series of allegations. This has been a tumultuous and dramatic and very damaging period of time for football's world governing body. Today, it just got that one step worse. The president himself, Sepp Blatter, now subject to criminal proceedings and being interrogated within, we understand, FIFA's headquarters.
Richard, it was only a month or so ago that you yourself had a sit-down interview with Sepp Blatter. What sort of points did you put to him, and what did he say?
Well, I put it to Sepp Blatter in that interview that that FIFA was perhaps institutionally corrupt, that the problems were so endemic, and that there was so much corruption and so much evidence emerging of problems within the organisation that it was the institution itself that had caused it. He denied that and said it was errant individuals. This was people who themselves who had who wavered and who were responsible, and that it wasn't the institution. He made a thorough, robust defence of that. But nevertheless, this is this is an organisation under siege. There is a reform process going on to try and clear up and try and recalibrate the organisation. It's being led by figures from within the football world, but the U.S. Department of Justice is keeping a very close eye on events as well. They want to see results. They want to see the problems cleared as well. Today's action is by the Swiss side of the investigation, and it is highly significant. What I can tell you, as we've been talking, there's been a FIFA statement. They say that in the statement that since the 27th of May 2015, FIFA has been cooperating with the Swiss Attorney General and has complied with all requests for documents, data, and other information. They say we will continue this level of cooperation throughout the investigation. They then go on quickly to say today at the home of FIFA, which of course is FIFA's headquarters here in Zurich, representatives from the Office of the Swiss Attorney General conducted interviews and gathered documents pursuant to its investigation. And they say that FIFA facilitated these interviews as part of our ongoing cooperation. And they also conclude by saying they'll make no further comment. So confirmation there in the last few seconds from FIFA that indeed they have been the subject to a questioning today, and that they are trying to facilitate all requests for information.
And given what had been happening over the last few months, that episode in May when the pressure was really on Sepp Blatter, what sort of state had FIFA been in this almost state of limbo until a new president would be elected in February?
Well, Sepp Blatter was trying to give the impression that he was in control, that as part of his legacy to the organisation, he would take the organisation to safety, that it would be a reformed organisation, that would be his parting gift to world football. He said in that statement, of course, on the 4th of June, a very dramatic statement in which he said that he was putting his mandate at the behest of FIFA's Congress, the FIFA's 209 member nations, because he said he didn't feel he had the full support of everyone in football, despite being re-elected. That seems a very long time ago now, speaking here in the grounds of FIFA's headquarters, knowing that representatives from the Office of the Attorney General had questioned him today, interrogated him over matters relating to their criminal inquiry.